Hello everyone, I'm Wenjie Li. I believe most of you have heard of the company of Foxconn. It's famous for being the contract manufacturer of Apple. I'm here to talk about the core products, value proposition, and business model of Foxconn. Basically, the Foxconn focus on the industrial manufacturing, which include the manufacturing of original equipment, joint development, and joint design. The common products range from smart consumer electronics such as smartphones and TVs to computing products such as tablets and computers. Apart from that, Foxconn involves with technology manufacturing and technology integration service. It works on logistic warehousing, software development, and other integrated service of industrial internet. Overall, Foxconn is developing an integrated service to deliver smart manufacturing and technology solution to its customer. As for the value proposition, the key partners of Foxconn are also its major customer as they usually work with each other in terms of production and innovation. The major activities of Foxconn include contract manufacturing and component supplying. Besides, Foxconn is working on expand its business activities to various areas such as medical devices and robots. For value proposition, Foxconn works to provide smart digital products and service in the lowest cost so as to lower the manufacturing cost for corporation as well as bringing convenience to people. When it comes to customer relationship, in addition to serving as original equipment manufacturer, Foxconn maintains close relationship with its customer in various stages of products development. And Foxconn provides manufacturing service for the foundry manufacturer or component suppliers. As for cost structure and revenue stream, the major cost of Foxconn is labor cost. In 2020, the employee number of Foxconn had reached almost 1 million around the world. Considering this consistently rising labor cost, Foxconn started to deploy robots in its factory, which also cost a lot. The revenue of Foxconn is mainly sourced from contract manufacturing for corporation. In addition, selling the branded.
Hi, I'm Bin Li. I will discuss Porter's 5 forces and how they apply to the Apple company. This will enable us to gain further insights into how the competition affects their business environment and how they react to it. Firstly, the trade of competing interests is relatively low as the computing and the smartphone industry requires huge capital to spend on research and development products. Major player Apple and Samsung have already taken most market share with high customer stickiness. The bargaining power of buyer is moderate. Most of the products in the industry have similar functions. However, all the products developed by Apple work very well with each other without any other apps or software. With iPhone, iMac, and Apple Watch, customer can operate them efficiently from another device. This creates high customer loyalty for Apple. Taking into account the fact that Apple has a low rate of substitutes, the digital device has become deeply integrated into people's lifestyle. The level of competitive variable in this field is quite high due to the presence of large companies like Huawei and Samsung. These companies have extensive financial backing, and their products are vertically identical. There is reduced bargaining power of suppliers due to the Apple's decision to reduce the power of manufacturers. This is because Foxconn is only permitted to use the equipment to produce Apple products because Apple buys the manufacturing equipment.
Well, I am Junzhen Zhong. In this section, I will present the strengths of the Focal company to drive the end for establishing competitive advantage. The first point is automation. The first strength for the partnership is automation. While Apple has reportedly been experimenting with automated iPhone assembly in partnership with Foxconn, where Foxconn can offer well-trained Chinese workers to make the process to be done more effectively and efficiently. And the second point is big data and advanced analytics. Apple has been an innovative company and entered into the big data segment as a first mover. With the advanced technology to be applied, such as Siri, it enables better customer experience and to customer satisfaction to be improved with timely feedback to be generated. As Foxconn has established long-term partnership with Apple, it should adjust its manufacturing plans easily under the guidance of Apple and deliver trainings to well-trained employees to enable the changes in production process to be realized to capture the innovative changes as proposed by Apple. And the third point is cost benefits. Apple considered to make partnership with Foxconn to realize cost saving as labor sourced in China will be cheap when requiring short cycle times and repetitive tasks for production, while labor in Foxconn can learn a particular task quickly and interchangeable. While high employee turnover will not violate the cost mechanism for Apple, it allows Foxconn to refine and stabilize the process and demand before committing to capital expenditures. Therefore, both Foxconn and Apple will benefit, though reputational damage may be treated. Well,
Hi everyone, I'm going to indicate about the existing threat and problem that Apple has to face and deal with. The first problem is Apple is over-dependence on suppliers' relationship. As the main assembler of iPhone, Foxconn has become Apple's survivor customer. Most of Foxconn employees are migrant workers from China mainland. Tens of millions of migrant workers provide Foxconn with a large number of manpower to meet the large production and assembly needs of Apple. In 2019, Apple transferred some assembly tasks to Honhai, India. However, due to the increase of production capacity and the capacity of the local market, the production of iPhone in Honhai, India fell far short of the expected target. As a result, Apple still relied on Foxconn in mainland China for the main assembly line. The second existing problem for Apple is the lack of normative system leading to the negative effect. As you probably already know about suicide involving at Foxconn, long-term illegal arrangement for workers to work overtime, leaving poor working environment, resulting in some worker psychological and physical problems, and due to the damage of the ventilation system, the dust explosion caused by heavy casualties. Apple has to take responsibility for this. Because of the lack of labor protection and poor market regulation, if just look at the problem year after year and don't solve it, this event will repeat over and over time.
Hi, I'm No Xuan. To deeply analyze these problems, Apple for supplier auditor meaning consider a wage and a past cost, resulting in most of the supplier can only get very low profits. It also cost the supplier sweatshops. 3 months before the Apple launch, almost all suppliers needed to work overtime to ensure the timely release of new products, such as the workers were asked to use the NHexi to clean screen, because the NHexi evaporates 3 times faster than the alcohol and it can wipe more screens. It is a very harmful substance that can cause nerve damage and paralysis. Another serious manufacturing problem was that the polishing of the iPad causing filled the polishing area with aluminum dust, which was one of the leading causes of the explosion at the Foxconn factory in Chengdu. 7 months after the Foxconn explosion in Chengdu, another iPad factory exploded, which shows that if Apple only considers lower cost and aims to achieve higher quality and efficiency, the probability of accident is still high.
I will talk about what action Apple can do. It is important for Apple to have an extensive supply chain. Apple should try to seek the diversification of OEM factories, increase the number of OEMs in the future, lay out according to the classification of terminals, such as the separation of mobile phones, tablets, and wearable devices, and then select different OEM according to the high, medium, and low positioning of each terminal. Apple should also establish a smooth information communication mechanism with its partners Foxconn and formulate legal and compliant management regulations. Greatly improve the wages and working conditions of Foxconn's Chinese factory workers. For example, reduce the weekly working hours, including overtime, without reducing the total wages that workers can receive to prevent more suicides. In addition, Apple should strengthen the audit of Foxconn factories and expansion plans to ensure that partners do not employ child labor, provide formal training for employees, and have reasonable wages. Finally, Apple should regulate the materials source of products, prohibit Foxconn factories from using non-alcoholic working environments, and supervise them to improve the ventilation system of the factory. That's all of our presentation. Thank you for your listening.